Well, hello there, and welcome to the Sports Swami. Today we're going to review what we predicted last week and give you the predictions for next week. So without further ado, let's get right into it. In week 4, we had quite a few misses. Our record was 7 wins, 1 push, and 8 losses. Although on review, one of those losses should have been a win. We just read the score differently and picked the wrong line on the Houston-Jacksonville game. We should have taken Houston with the money line. The 2 disappointments for the week were Buffalo and New Orleans, which we expect to change coming forward in the next week. So let's get right into our Week 5 predictions. In our first game up on Thursday night, we have the Bucs traveling to Atlanta to play the Falcons, and we think the play here is the Bucs plus 1.5. We actually see the Bucs winning by about 4 points, so we think that's a fairly safe play. In our next game up, we have the Jets and the Vikings traveling to London. We do see the game as being a Vikings victory. We predict about 7 points. However, since it is overseas and both teams will be somewhat discombobulated, we think that you should pick the Vikings on the money line. The next game up are the Panthers traveling to Chicago to play the Bears, and we do see the Bears winning that game, and the play would be the Bears at the money line. The next game up is going to be a close one. This is Baltimore traveling to Cincinnati. Cincinnati always plays Baltimore very tough. However, we do see the Ravens with Derrick Henry winning in a close game. But we still would recommend that you take the Ravens on the money line. The next game up is Buffalo traveling down to Houston, and even though it's a home game for the Texans, we do see Buffalo rebounding after that terrible loss last week, and we think they'll take care of business and win this game. The next game up is the Colts traveling to Jacksonville, and we really don't have a lot of confidence in Jacksonville, and the Colts are playing pretty well, especially if they sneak Joe Flacco in there. We have them winning by about 6 points, and so we're recommending the play would be to take the Colts plus the 2.5. The next one is our favorite game of the week. It's not going to be pretty, but our simulations show a tie game, 17-17. So we think with the fact that Miami's coming off of a short week and the Patriots are playing at home, that this should be a Patriot victory, and we recommend that you take New England plus 1.5. The next game up is Cleveland traveling to Washington, and we think with the way that the Commanders have been playing and Daniels has been playing, that we think this will be a very solid win for Washington, although we just have them as a 4-point favorite. We do recommend taking Washington on the money line as the play. The next game up is Las Vegas traveling to Denver, Colorado to play the Broncos. We see this as a very close game as well. Probably too close to call, but if we had to pick, we would take the Broncos on the money line. The next game is San Francisco traveling to Arizona, and while this looks intuitively like a pretty easy win for San Francisco, we think the play here is to take Arizona and the 7.5 points. San Francisco may win the game outright, but Arizona may win the game outright. So we think the 7.5 points gives you a strong enough cushion. And we think San Francisco's a little banged up at this time. The next game is the Green Bay Packers traveling to Los Angeles to play the Rams. The Rams have been doing pretty well lately, but Green Bay seems to have their mojo back with the return of their quarterback, Jordan Love. So we do anticipate them winning. We have it as a fairly close game, maybe a 5-point game. We do anticipate the Packers winning. We do recommend taking the Packers on the money line since it's at home with the Rams. The next game up is the New York Giants traveling cross-country to play at Seattle. And we do anticipate anticipate that as being a Seattle victory by about 6 points, and we think the play here is to play Seattle and the money line. The next game up is pretty interesting. We have the Cowboys traveling to Pittsburgh, and while Pittsburgh is coming off of a loss and we expect somewhat of a rebound, we think the Cowboys, with their long week in that Thursday night game, they have enough rest and they'll be prepared and ready to take down Pittsburgh. So our call on this game is the Dallas Cowboys plus the 1.5. Our next game up is the last game of the week, the Monday night game, and we have New Orleans traveling to Kansas City. And probably our most controversial call, we do anticipate New Orleans winning this game by about 5 points. And so we recommend taking New Orleans with the 5.5 points on top of it, and that should be a pretty safe bet. It's time for Kansas City to lose a game. They're banged up. They're missing Rashid Rice. And New Orleans needs to rebound off of the last couple of games. So there you have it. Those are our picks for the week. Again, we want to thank you for watching the video. And also, please recommend it to your friends. Please comment on our picks. Let us know how you're doing. And please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us in the ratings. Thanks, and have a great and profitable week.